Okay. So, hear me out on this one. What if you put every single starter trio in a round robin based tournament? For those that don't know, the Google definition of a round robin tournament is a competition in which each contestant meets all other contestants in turn. A round robin contrasts with an elimination tournament in which participants are eliminated after a certain number of losses. So essentially, the reason that I picked a round robin tournament is because I wanted all of them to face each other an equal amount of times, so I'd get the best results possible. So you might be wondering, why did I do this? Well, I did it because I can, and that's my only reason. I just wanted to find this out. So anyways, let me get into the rules. So, rule number 1. All Pokemon configurations are based on Gen 7, except for Gen 8 starters. This will be explained later. Rule number 2. There will be no items in play, because I want the Pokemon's abilities in battle to be tested, not their abilities to use a certain item. Number 3. No Megas or Z moves. Number 4. There will be no switching. The reason why will be explained in a bit. So, those are the 4 rules of the tournament. And yeah. If you can't tell, I'm not a professional tuber. So, I'm just going to keep this really long cut in. And for no reason. Should add funny to the video, maybe? I don't know. I'm not funny. Maybe? Maybe I am funny. You don't know that. Anyways, yeah. So, here's how it works. All battles will be taking place on Pokemon Showdown in a one-on-one format. So there will be 3 Pokemon per team, but, one-on-one. No doubles or trios. Each starter trio will face against other generations' same stage, i.e. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle will only verse other Stage 1, like Squirtle, or like Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. It will take place in a round-robin style, so every trio will face each other. Each trio will face each other in 3 matches in their respective rounds, winning 1 point for each. If it's a tie, it's 1 point for both. I'll explain how a tie works when that actually happens. Well, spoiler, it happens. Once all battles are done, an elimination best 3 out of 5 tournament will happen with the seeds determined by their round-robin position. This will also be discussed later. This will repeat 2 more times for each stage, so every single stage will be tested against each other. That means the starter, the mid-evolution, and their final evolution. All Pokemon will be set to level 100 and will have max happiness. And here's the special kicker part. I decided that it wouldn't be fair, because I'm doing this by myself, that I will be doing all actions based on a random number generator. Yes, you heard me right. All actions will be decided by a random number generator. That means what Pokemon gets sent out, what moves they use, and yeah, that's kind of it. When I say this, each move is going to correlate to a random number between 1 through 4, that being the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th move slot. And whenever a switch-in happens, either the number 1 or 2 will represent the left switch-in, and number 3 and 4 will represent the right switch-in. Now, on the first Pokemon being sent in, I decided that 1, 2, and 3 will decide, the random number generated will decide. However, it selects 4, and that Pokemon will get an advantage over. That means it will send in the stronger Pokemon. I'm keeping this in. Yeah, you get it. So, a little bit of a post cut in. I forgot to record some explanations, but essentially, each Pokemon will have their Smogon movesets, which, if you don't know what it is, it's a competitive battling website. And if they don't have one, I looked online or did my best. I also did some changes just to balance them out. And the explanation for the elimination tournament, essentially how it's going to work is throughout the round robin tournament, each Pokemon's going to get points for winning, and at the end of each round they'll be put into ranks, and essentially at the end of round 7, whatever their rank is means they'll be seeded. So essentially it'll be kind of like the NBA, 2 sides, except it's 4 teams in each side. Number 1 will go against number 8, 2 against 7, 3 against 4, or 3 against 6, and 4 against 5. I felt like that was the most even way of doing it. Plus, it doesn't make my brain hurt. Yeah, that should pretty much be it. Yeah. I guess back to the regularly scheduled video. So, the schedule. A note, I didn't record the round robin bracket that I'm making in Google Docs until after round 3, so I'm just going to talk about it and not show until then. So the schedule is set into 7 rounds, and I will be doing Pokemon introductions in this video. I have about 276 matches to get through, so I'm going to do this in about 14 videos, I hope, with 4 per stage. A Pokemon introductions video, rounds 1 through 3, rounds 4 through 7, then the Elimination tournament. Then maybe for funsies I'll make a super tournament, but that day will come. So let's stop dodging the reason you are here and begin with the Stage 1 Starter Pokemon Tournament Introductions. So I will say this every time. For each Pokemon team, each team has the same order of Pokemon. That means grass, fire, water. So the numbers 1, 2, and 3 will always correlate to them on switch-ins. So, let's begin. Generation 1, Kanto. Coming up first, we have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Generation 2, Johto. Next up is Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. Generation 3, Hoenn. Now we have Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. Generation 4, Sinnoh. Coming next is Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. Generation 5, Unova. Here we have Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott. Generation 6, Kalos. Now we have Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. Generation 7, Alola. Coming through is Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. Generation 8, Galar. And the newest trio, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. These are our contestants for the first stage of the Starter Pokemon Tournament. This is going to take a lot of effort, and as I said earlier, there are a lot of matches involved. So, leaving a like or a share, you know, I don't think I should make this my day job. Liking or sharing would really help and be appreciated. Thank you all. Please have a nice day and stay inside, please.